I'm just gonna go on the record of saying this right now. The PlayStation Vita store sales are actually kind of coming back a little bit. Yeah, never thought I'd utter those words. Greetings fellow Vita fans, this is James with PS Vita at 2 AM coming at you once again with another exciting video. And if you're new here and love everything PlayStation Vita, don't forget to subscribe. If you remember my PlayStation Vita store sales video from last week, it might sound familiar to you that I only had covered the US for that time, because that was the only region that got any kind of sales worth talking about. Well, lo and behold, some of the other regions are starting to get a little bit of a spark in them. What's going on here? Sony using a Phoenix down on the PlayStation Store all of a sudden? Now, much like with last week's North American release, they're not like extremely fantastic or anything like that, but they're starting to kind of come back a little bit. So, let's get right to it. Here are all of the PlayStation Vita Store sales for North America, Australia, Europe, the UK, and Japan. Starting off with first, of course, North America. Now Australia. Not gonna lie here, I was originally gonna pick a Senran Kagura game, but we all know how YouTube feels about that, so I decided to pick instead London Detective Mysteria. And this is quite fitting as well too, because it's the game I'm currently playing. This is an Otome visual novel, and the story goes as such. Her Majesty the Queen's birthday was to the heiress of House Whitley's debut into high society, but an inquiring mind begs for more than parties as she stumbles into the many curiosities that lay hidden in London's darkest corners. Help sharpen Lady Whitley's instincts as a budding detective, take control of her present to uncover the mystery of her past, and grow an unbreakable bond with one of many dashing personalities from well-known works of fiction. Alright, as I mentioned before, I am currently playing this game right now, and I gotta say, it kinda surprised me a little bit. I thought this was just gonna be your standard, typical Otome visual novel flair, but no, it does in fact live up to its description. You actually get to participate in solving murders, thefts, and the like, with characters who are not supposed to be Sherlock Holmes, and not supposed to be Moriarty, and not supposed to be Jack the Ripper, but you get the idea. Anime versions of them. And that's really the focus of this game. The story is more about the actual murders and thefts, while trying to unravel the story behind it, than just loving dudes. Although you do get to do that, of course, too, because, this is an Otome visual novel. So if you're looking for one that adds a little bit different spice to the genre, then I highly recommend this one. Come on down, Europe! And now the UK. Man, there's a lot of Poké games on sale this week. Now my pick for these regions is A Rose in the Twilight. A girl awakens in a castle void of color and time, affixed with the curse of thorns upon her back. After meeting a sleeping giant, the two work together to escape, help them unravel the mystery of the thorns and the history behind the somber castle. Every stage is a puzzle waiting to be pieced together. The further you get, the harder it becomes. But the greater the risk, the bigger the reward. Discover how to solve each stage as you delve deeper into this story's grim origins. So yeah, a puzzle platformer for you, done in more of a, I guess, a gothic horror kind of theme. And yeah, I know Halloween is past, but it's still a great game. Pick it up if you get a chance. Now let's move on to Japan. Wow, crazy to see Japan not get a lot of sales this week. I tell ya, there's something in the air. Anyway, my pick for this region is The Legend of Hero Sora no Keski FC Evolution. This is a story set in the small country of Liberal that holds pride in its independence among the great powers, about the protagonists Estelle and Joshua, who set out on a journey to become Blazers. In the long-awaited origin of the Keski series to be fully voiced, this newly remade title depicts the adventures that await the two protagonists protagonists. So get ready for the entertainment to the next level, since several great features such as talented cast of voice actors for the scenarios, illustrations for the characters, full music arrangements, and new additions to animated movies, visual refinement, improved controls, readjusted game balance, and additional useful functions all included. And if you couldn't tell, I'm reading that from a translated page. Oh, Google Translate, you never let me down. But this is the next chapter in the Legend of Heroes Trails of the Sky, FC Evolution, and as you can tell from the gameplay here too, even though this is a Japanese-only game for the PlayStation Vita, it does have an English patch available for it. So if you love RPGs and you love the Legend of Heroes series, and who doesn't, pick this one up! And we are now officially done with all of the PlayStation Vita Store sales for this week. Which one will you all be picking up? What games tickled your fancy? What games inspired you to get them? Gonna be overdramatic now here, aren't I? Let me know down in the comment section. And as always, fellow Vita fans, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. It really means a lot to me. Love you all, and I'll see you next time. The following video has been brought to you in part by all of these wonderfully generous people, including Matt Fox, Reiko Starr, Mango Man, Richard Cruz, Jared Haddo, JR, Kyle Brooks, Joshua Williams, Dennis R. Huggins Jr., Adam Sondi, Ruben Gutierrez, Saul Ramirez, Phantom XRS, BMF, Hero Acer, Mario Cruz, Kevin Enright, E-Rock, Pierre Sterner, Heston Joseph, Adam Thury, Aaron Swanson, Rodrigo Vera, and Skulshur Tugul TCG. If you yourself would be interested in supporting the channel, check the links down in the description below. I have various ways for you to do so down in that area I just specified. And man, we actually got a pretty okay sale this week. I tell ya, somebody at Sony be plotting. Oh, they certainly be plotting. They definitely be plotting.